Previously on that Cthulhu John.
Mommy.
You actually couldn't stand your mom because she was like hardcore alcoholic, and you wound up moving out of your house at the age of 18 as soon as you could. You never met your dad. Your dad, as far as you know, was just some sailor that she met at a bar one time.
So it's very surprising that Heather's like borderline alcoholic then.
I could drop some stuff off with you. And she drops this box of stuff down on the floor. You come across a picture of your mom and a guy in a naval uniform. You notice in the picture your dad has a chain around his neck, and it's got some weird emblem or something on it.
Is Krusty Bottom still there? Probably been a bad friend roommate, so I talked to her about her play a little bit.
And she tells you that the director has been being really mean to her. She's going to keep trying for this paycheck, but it almost seems like it might not even be worth it. The old encyclopedias. So you give them to Theodore. He's like, yeah, Headley told me about these books that you got. Look, it almost looks like these are instructions to draw lines of some sort. And you see Skinny Joey behind his desk again. Just 1 minute. Close the door behind you. It was Lenny, right?
Yeah.
He says, yeah, just a regular Joe. And he puts a hand on your shoulder. And you kind of freeze up for a second there. And he leans over into your ear and says, forget about everything we talked about today and yesterday.
Welcome to that Cthulhu John.
Hello, thanks for joining us for That Cthulhu John, episode 19. We are a Real Play Call of Cthulhu podcast. I am George, your keeper of arcane lore, and with me are my friends and investigators, Chad.
Yo.
Chuck.
What's good, baby?
And Jenny.
Hello. I can't ever think of anything. You guys say funny stuff first, and then I got nothing.
You just, hello can't be your go-to if it's more random. I don't know what I'm gonna say.
So, we last left off, it was late Tuesday, and I believe everyone was either home or headed home.
Wait a minute, actually.
No, Walter was looking at my...
Yeah, we were in the bookstore.
We retro played, that's
play.
right.
Yeah.
We retro played a little bit there. So, Walter used a loop to look at the picture that Heather had brought. The picture of her mom and Aunt Millie with a guy in a Navy uniform between them.
Daddy.
Possibly Heather's dad. But it looks like that picture matches up to the medallion that you have found in the box of things that your mom left.
What about the picture itself? Any other clues or historical references that I can gauge just by kind of looking at his uniform, perhaps, or cars in the background, or fonts on buildings or billboards or anything like that?
Eat at Joe's. It doesn't help.
Classic.
Or actually, I flip it over. Any writing on the back that says 1947 or whatever, just in case.
Yeah, it's a good idea. People used to write that shit on the back all the time.
On the back of the picture, it says that it is May 8th, 1957.
Ooh, 57, eh? When were you born?
Wait, that's weird. 1958? Does that make sense?
What? 1 year later? Is that a coincidence?
I don't know why it seems so old for Heather to be born in 1958.
Because
I think it's because it's not the year we're living in now.
Yeah,
so it's weird
she's
too.
an adult back when we were born, so...
He flips it back over and says, I guess the year would make sense for this to potentially be your father.
Can you find out what division he's in? Can you see his name tag and your little spectacles?
Yeah, I'd kind of wondered that too.
A name tag.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, does he have a name tag on there? On his uniform?
He does have a name tag on there. It looks like his markings are that of a lieutenant. And it has a name tag that says Hawkins on it.
You think your mom had that Navy gravy in her, huh? Is that what they call it?
I'm a Navy gravy baby.
Ew.
Oh,
Is there anything?
goodness.
Well, not that I'm there.
I would
but
think that she took her mom's last name.
Did they notice anything else about the necklace?
Yeah, the medallion itself. I wonder, does that have any like regional markings or?
Actually, no. And give me a history roll.
Oh, is double zeros bad or good? I forget.
That's really good, right?
Ooh, double zeros.
Bad.
No, double zeros is crit fail.
It's really bad, I meant.
Yeah, or triple zeros. Triple zeros, crit fail, right?
That stinks.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, how do you crit?
He set the building on fire.
He's drunk. He's drunk and he gets kicked out of his work.
Oh, well, here's the problem. This was made yesterday.
Walter.
Does this have a string? Is it like just it's just a
does not.
medallion?
It's just a loose medallion. It has a little loop at the end that you can put a string through.
Do I have any string about in my little workspace area that I might have bound something with?
I don't see why you wouldn't.
I think to make a loop and try to wear it like a necklace.
Okay, you put the thing on, put the necklace on you. First thing you notice about it is that your chest feels kind of cold when you put it on.
It's unusual. I've been handling this for a few moments now. And, I don't know, it kind of picks it up and just, turns it over a few times and just kind of examines it, see if there's anything else you might have missed. But other than that, takes it off and probably just snips the simple string that he bound it on.
And while you're testing it out with your critically failed history roll, you do take that and test it real quick on your teeth.
Oh, no.
And you chip a tooth on it.
Okay.
Well,
Thought you were going to accidentally
He's
swallow
got a
it.
whistle.
No hit point loss. No hit point loss. But you chip a
this
tooth.
is broken tooth a little bit there, and he's like, oh, shit. And there's a mirror.
It's whatever it's made of. It's very hard.
Does it appear? No, if it's very hard, I mean, it's probably not gold then.
Probably not. You would think, unless it's been combined with some other metal, like gold tends to be to make it hard.
Unwelcome.
Adamantium.
Adamant.
If it has gold in it, it's not too much gold.
Well, the only other thing I could think of would be to check with, official naval records and see if we can find out, maybe where Lieutenant Hawkins had been stationed around that time, or where he had come back from in 1957. Maybe that could give us some clues as to maybe where he got it.
You didn't recognize where it was taken?
The picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Was there anything in the background that was, notable, or is it in front of Disney World or something?
Is it like a big Manny Mo and Jack Pet Boys
Roy
in the background
Rogers.
or something?
It's hard to tell. It's a bar.
Oh.
Typical.
Can't really
Yeah.
tell.
Typical mom
where
and
the-
dad. Am I still there?
Well,
or did I just drop it and leave?
No, I'd say you're still there. You
thought
watched
so.
him. You watched him chip
Oh,
his
I
tooth
don't-
on it.
Yeah. He tries it on, then he tries to eat it. Well, it's a necklace. Maybe.
It's harder than a tooth.
Do you have a necklace on? He kind of looks about your neck there. He says, "Are you wearing any type of necklace? You could put this on."
Yeah, it's probably like an
Assuming you
H,
wanna
a
keep
chain
it
with an
safe.
H on it, like an H charm.
Nice.
Says, "Well, if you like, I could string it through that, and maybe you want to wear it." I mean,
Yeah, I want to wear it.
If this is your father's, I mean, I think it's pretty cool that you that you have it back in your possession now.
So Heather, you put that on, and again, it just kind of feels slightly cold against your chest. If you're just wearing like a t-shirt or a blouse kind of thing, as soon as it presses against your skin, you feel it cold.
Okay. I'm like, oh, it's still cold. It's like, I don't understand it. You were just had it in your mouth.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird too. Before I put it on, I'd been handling it for a good 3 or 4 minutes easily.
And it's not like freezing cold.
Okay, like
It's
like a toilet seat cold? Like when you sit on a toilet seat and it's cold?
I would say closer to that. Yeah.
What time of year are we talking? You know what?
Well, it's February,
Yeah.
right? Is it still February? Or
Yeah.
March-ish?
That's a cold toilet seat.
It's still February. It's the end of February.
So I don't think I'd be that alarmed by it. I think I'm like too excited
Probably not.
to just be like, is Walter gonna find my dad?
Gosh, yeah, I'm afraid I don't know much about precious metals, but I guess I could also look into what types of metals are apparently quite heat resistant. It's about as strange as I can think of.
I mean, I don't want to take all your time, but I mean, if you want to, I would appreciate it. It's not a rush if you have other things that you're doing.
I'm actually kind of curious about this medallion you have there. I mean, having handled it and looked at it, is that enough to get any kind of value sense of what it might be worth, rather?
Like I was talking about, I would look for my dad. I just wanted you to look for the medallion, like anything you could figure out about the medallion. I mean, you can help me
Gotcha.
because you got all these books, but I would also try and hunt him down.
Well, I think we might find some of the same information if we can find some of his military records. I mean, that would at least kind of point us into the direction of where this might have come from. But yeah, I mean, I could still look into it anyway. I mean, yeah, I think if we kind of find out where he was stationed before, the year before, or even the 6 months before this picture was taken. You know what? Actually, second thought comes to mind. Maybe I should take a picture or two of that necklace just for reference if I need to, compare it to any pictures later.
Sure. Take it off. Give it to him.
Yeah, I'll snap about 5 or 6 different images of it. I'll kind of bracket the exposure just to make sure I get a good one somewhere in between the 6.
Okay. All right. So you take a couple pictures of it. Anything else you want to do to document this?
No, I mean, maybe just make some notes about Lieutenant Hawkins. What do we say? It was May, what again? I'm sorry.
1957.
May 57. Yeah, I mean, he makes any notes that he can think of, and I guess we'll come up with a plan and see what we can figure out. Boy, oh boy. Look at all this research, and he seems pretty excited.
So Heather and Walter, are you guys splitting up at this point?
Yeah, I gotta go make my collage since I guess I've worked in a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What time is it?
Right now, we'll say it's about 5 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, then I just go home. I was gonna say look
Okay.
at the library, but just go home.
So you head home. Walter, did you do anything else for the time that you're at work?
Yeah, maybe. Presuming we have a phone book at the bookstore, that might not be too late. I think I might want to call the local Navy recruitment office and see if I might find some information about where I could dig a little deeper for some records about Lieutenant Hawkins.
Okay. So you give them a call. They inform you that they don't have the records like that on hand right now. Your best chance is to go down to the local naval base.
The one down in Delaware River area, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna make some notes. And is there any office that's most directly in charge of that they might be able to give me a number to?
Is it? Oh yeah. You're gonna want to get to records right away.
Aha. All right then. I'm gonna see about making an appointment if I need one. Maybe I'll give the naval base a call next and see if I can get transferred to records.
Okay, it is right now like 5 o'clock. So I'm going to say that records is not open right now.
Well, no worries. I'll make a note. Well, I mean, I got plenty of notes there. I guess I'll just plan to give him a call a little earlier another day.
Okay. Anything else you want to accomplish before you head home for the night?
I don't think so. How far along in the first book have I gotten in terms of any thing that I need to record relative to angles and things like that nature that I had started already?
Did we give you a roll for today for intelligence after?
No, I don't think so. Just that initial roll.
Just the initial roll.
Yeah, that would be a pass. 52 is within my 65 intel.
All right. So you start to look at this from a different perspective since Theodore gave you the idea that, you know, these could actually be coordinates or lines and angles to work with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And looking at it through that lens, you start to realize these lines don't seem to connect in any sort of way. It's weird that they would give you like certain angles and certain lengths for one thing, but then the next angle and length that pops up doesn't seem to connect with the previous one. It's strange. They seem to be all over the place.
He's not especially artistic, but I mean, is there anything, if you were to like sketch any of this stuff, I mean, is there any kind of like picture he might be able to form, or is that too advanced from what he has a grasp of so far?
Well, let's see. Give me an education roll. Let me know if you get a hard pass.
Yeah, because maybe he's really good at geometry.
Maybe break out like a compass and a protractor or something. 46. No, that's a little bit less than what I need there.
I think you needed a metric ruler.
You know what? I'll spend 8 points of luck to pass that one on a hard pass.
All right. So on a hard pass, you start to think that maybe these aren't supposed to connect together, but maybe overlap with each other.
Interesting.
Or at least some of them. It's tough to tell where and how to connect them, but it starts to occur to you that maybe rather than looking at this in a linear way, to look at it more of like an almost three-dimensional way.
Maybe like stars or cosmos.
Well, I guess how much of this book have I gone through so far?
Using the method that was shown to you by Theodore, we managed to get through about a quarter of the first book.
Okay. This is some rich information here, I would say. Walt should be pretty enthusiastic still. But at the same time, he probably has been hitting the book super hard for a bunch of hours. And so, I think I might try to go home and make some food.
All right, so Walter, you head home and give yourself a little you time with a decent meal and everything. Cozy up into bed, and I guess go to sleep for the evening.
I'm gonna try, yeah.
Try your hardest. Heather, what did you do after you left the bookshop?
Went home. Went through the pictures again. Tried to put them on the poster board, make a nice little collage, but then. She's probably got a white pages at home. She just looks for that last name, which there's probably a billion.
There's a ton of Hawkins in there, so it's like trying to find needle in a haystack with that. You don't find anything that really stands out, nothing that says lieutenant or sergeant or anything like that on there. So you just see Hawkins and a bunch of first initials and a bunch of names that don't mean anything to you.
Did they have the missed connections part in the paper at that time? Was that like a thing? Remember that?
I love those.
And it's like,
I wonder if they did.
found this picture of a sailor named Hawkins. Like,
Yeah.
you might be my dad. Call me.
Heather, it's still Tuesday, right? Or is it, I'm sorry.
Yes, it would have been Tuesday evening.
Yeah, it's Tuesday evening.
Night.
Are you doing anything Tuesday evening? Trying to accomplish anything?
Not me.
Not you? Okay. Heather? Other than you've already got your memory board together and everything?
No, just still watching the news, like, the whole time. She's, like, sitting crisscross applesauce and, like, has the news on making her collage because she's still, like, she wants to make sure at least, like, if Millie died, she was the last one, so she's still looking for attacks.
Mm-hmm. You still don't hear anything more about animal attacks on the news. Giving you a little bit of a sense of, not closure, but
have been resolved and
sense of safety that things have maybe returned
And, like,
to
it
normal.
had to happen, kind of, in a way, or it would.
Yeah, or things could have gotten a lot worse, and you know that. But I'm going to call that the end of Tuesday, and unless anyone else wants to do anything Tuesday night.
I'm going to set my alarm for 7 a.m.
7 a.m. All right. And, Walter, you have your books with you?
Yeah, one of them.
You have one of them with you. The rest of them are in your safety deposit box. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure. So, you set your alarm for what time?
7 a.m.
7 o'clock in the morning, which is usually just a little bit after Lenny gets up. Lenny's usually up before the sun, and long before the sun, actually.
And this time of year, I get home after it goes down.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, at least I get to bask in its glow every day while I make my deliveries.
Yeah.
Get my vitamin D.
Just on the one arm, though.
Yeah, I can fantasize about that. I don't ever see sun. But yeah, just the usual routine. I'm just gonna focus on work, and you know everything's going back to normal. You know, stop looking for things to be weird. You know what I mean? Like, let him be weird if he wants to be weird. Maybe he's on drugs. Good for him. It's the 80s. You know, everybody's doing it.
Yep. So you keep your head down at work like you usually do. Try not to, make chit chat with anyone. Just do your deliveries, go home, kind of thing.
Yeah, go back to the old me.
Yep. So that's how you're going to spend your Wednesday.
Yep.
All right. And Walter, you're going to wake up at 7.
Bright and early. I think to give my arch nemesis a call.
Oh, yes, finally.
Oh, okay.
I reach for Rutherford Brightly's card.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be me.
Oh, coming over in your jams.
He doesn't even bang on my door about parking and taking up 3 spots anymore.
Well, now it might be important that you have an accessible parking spot for your
That's right.
truck.
Murder wagon. Go on.
Okay. But yeah, it might be a little early. I'm not exactly sure what time he starts his day, but it's okay if I need to leave a message. I'm gonna give that number on his business card a call.
So, Walter, you give Professor Brightly a call?
I do.
Okay, the phone rings a couple times, and then you hear a machine pick up, and it goes, "Hello, this is Rutherford Brightly, Professor of Anthropology. Please leave me a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can." And it beeps.
Good morning, Professor Brightly. This is Walter Pendergast. We had spoken the other day at the bookstore in Center City. There had been some developments recently I had hoped to speak with you about. Hopefully you still have my business card, but if not, feel free to give me a call at either of these numbers. I give them both, the bookstore and my home number. Looking forward to hearing back from you.
Okay.
Hang up. Keep it cordial, brief.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's a busy man. And with that, I guess might try to head back to the library again, see if I can dig a little deeper, find any information on my buddy Raymond Tooley.
Okay, you head back to the library. Give me another library use roll to try to find him in some microfilm this time.
Maybe. Or rather, wait. Before I go to microfilm, though, I'm thinking maybe, I might have checked like this month, but maybe go back maybe the last like month or two just in case. See if he might have been deceased for longer than I anticipated or originally thought. 39. What is my library use? Yeah, that's pass.
Excellent. You look up Raymond Tooley and his. You find his
obituary.
Obituary. Thank you. You find Raymond Tooley's obituary, and the obituary mentions that he was a professor of archaeology at the University of Pennsylvania.
Okay, another professor. That's kind of what I was thinking. I like it. I guess it wouldn't go into too much. I mean, does it have list any of his achievements, or like if he was like a part of the Stonemasons Guild or anything like that? Or
nothing like that. Doesn't mention that he's in Stonemasons. Doesn't mention any particular achievements, but it does mention that he's succeeded by his brother Silas.
Well, that's a little something, I guess. University of Penn, huh? All right. Well, I think that's probably all I'm going to do for it now, so I'm going to get ready to head on over to work and start the day.
Okay.
Feeling like a little grease card action today. I might do like a little kielbasa, some spicy mustard, and sauerkraut. Ooh. Take that into the bookstore today.
Everybody loves the smell of sauerkraut at a bookstore.
Yeah. Especially when it's combined with fried kielbasa. Grilled, rather. And then probably heading to work early. Maybe if I can check in with the Office of Records at the Navy base, see if I need to set up an appointment or if I can find the information I'm looking for over the phone. I don't know what's feasible. Probably have a little bit of time to kill before my day starts.
You do call them, and they inform you that you're going to have to show up in person, but you can show up anytime between 8 and 5 o'clock.
Okay, great. 8 sounds good. I guess I'll figure that into some future day. Well, damn. I feel like I've already had a pretty productive morning, so I'm going to pour me a tall cup of black coffee and maybe ease on into the morning. Okay,
so you get to the bookstore, and when you get there, you see that there is a police cars out front.
Oh, shit. The hell? I pick up the pace.
You see that the front windows of the bookstore have been one of the front windows of the bookstore have been smashed in.
The fuck?
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
I look in the store. Is anybody inside?
There's a cop in there, and Headley and Theodore are both in there, and they're talking to the cop when you step in.
Say, Headley, Theodore, is everybody all right? What the hell's going on here?
Well, as soon as you step in and you look around, you see that the bookstore is just trashed. It looks like someone just came in and like tried to knock every book off the shelf. Everything's on the floor right now. The shelves are still standing up, like no one's knocked over the shelves or anything, but it looks like someone went through almost every book here and then just left it on the floor.
Jeez. Kind of looks around to assess the overall damage. Who the hell would have done something like this?
Headley and Theodore are talking to the cop, and they go, we have no idea who it possibly could have been. The cop says to them, have you had any altercations or anything like that in the store recently? Headley says, yeah, come to think of it, there was a guy in here just a couple days ago, and he was really interested in some older books, and he looks over and sees, he says, Walter, did you know anything about this? And he turns to the cop and says, oh, this is our chief manager, sales associate, Walter.
Quite the title.
His titles go on.
Title.
Give him
Well, there was a duel here the other day.
Yeah, there was a rather nasty tongue lashing I gave a gentleman.
I say, well, I guess I did have a bit of a heated discussion with a gentleman by the name of Rutherford Brightly, and I produced the business card.
Brightly.
He's a professor at the University of Penn, but as peeved as he seemed, I don't know that he directly would be the kind of person to do this kind of stuff.
He was more of a professor of poppycock.
Wouldn't put a henchman past him, though. Guy sure seemed hell-bent on acquiring those books. Gosh, I just left him a message earlier this morning.
Cop's writing down everything you're saying. And he says, Brightly, huh? Brightly. And he says, it looks like you gave him the business card?
Well, I gave him the information. I did want to keep the card itself.
Okay.
He gave him the business, all right.
If the information is enough, I'd prefer to keep that if you don't mind.
He says, oh, yeah, sure, no problem. He hands you the card back and he says, oh, huh. Smash and grab jobs, you don't usually think of, intellectual types like that, but...
Well, I as I mentioned, I wouldn't expect this to be something of his doing. He didn't kind of strike me as that sort of individual, but a slip of the tongue, he said something to the effect of, we know about these books and want them, blah, blah, blah. I mean, there could have been somebody else who's a part of his organization who may have been hired or maybe he's the muscle. Admittedly, this is just theory. I mean, I don't really know, but if I had any guesses, that would be my best.
He says, well, thanks for your help. We'll definitely look into it. And he goes back to talking to Headley and Theodore, who are discussing with the cop, telling him that everything's insured and everything, at least, that they're not going to take a big hit from this as far as business goes.
That's good.
I mean, the store's closed for the day, Walter. Do you want to just kind of help clean up with everybody, or?
Yeah, probably should. He says, but maybe I should go take a look in the back. And he goes to peruse what damage may have been incurred in the study.
Your backdoor study room, which you usually lock, has been kicked in.
Somebody trying to get your undies.
I take a look around, see any clues the police might have missed.
So you find a pack of matches back there. It looks like it's been stepped on, but the pack of matches is from a bar called Smoky Joe's. I
mean, I know it's not mine, right?
You know it's not yours. You've never been to that place.
All right. Well, in that case, without touching it or anything, I say, from the back room, I kind of yell out loud, Headley, Theodore, officer, maybe there's something to show you guys? A question, perhaps?
Okay.
And see if any of them join me.
Okay, so the cop comes back to you, and he goes, what's that? What'd you find there?
Well, this is generally the study I occupy when there's damaged and older books that need repair. This, in particular, I point out the pack of matches, is not mine. I look to Headley and Theodore. Does this belong to either of you? You guys been to this Smoky bar or something or other? What does it say?
There's Smoky Joe's. They go, oh, well, I've been there before, but it's been a while. That's in University City, isn't it?
I'm not sure I know the place, but that sounds maybe in the neck of the woods of Penn University, right?
Sure is.
Look back to the officer. I mean, that could be something. I mean, I don't know. Shrugs a bit.
Well, the officer bends down and he...
maybe any prints on this or something?
He pulls out a pair of tweezers, picks it up, and pulls out a little sandwich bag looking thing and puts it in there and seals it up.
Walter nods approvingly. Are all of Walter's personal effects left back here all smashed, or did they just look for books, or what exactly are we talking about damage-wise?
None of your personal effects are damaged, but all the books, again, that you had back here, they're all on the floor.
Mm-hmm. And that's why we blow $300 on safe deposit boxes. Fucking jackasses like this. Well, that's most unfortunate, but I suppose it gives me the day to do a little reading, or maybe to head down to the Navy base. Come and think about it. So yeah, you know what? I think I'll catch a cab back home, get my car, and head to the Navy base if I can get there before 5.
Okay. So you head on down that way, since, the store's closed for the day.
Yeah.
You get to the naval base. You get up there, and then there's the gate that they have to let you in. They ask you what your business is here.
Say I've checked in with the Office of Records. I had hoped to see if I could find some information from a lieutenant back in the 57 era. Family member of a friend, essentially. Just doing a little research.
So the guy goes, okay, and he hands you a badge that you clip onto your shirt. It just says visitor, and it says records on there. And he tells you where to drive and park.
Even better. I thank him.
Mm-hmm. And you park up. You find a map that shows you which building to go to for the records. You head in there, and there is a woman at the front desk of the records hall. She is in naval uniform, and she says, yes, can I help you with something?
I say, good day. I sure hope so. My name's Walter Pendergast. I had called earlier in reference to looking up some information on a former navalman, Lieutenant Hawkins. The last reference I have of his service date was shortly thereafter, May of 1957. I think he was discharged.
He says, well, if they've been through, our base, we should have some record of them. They're old records, 1957, so we have to pull them up, but would you mind going through them if we can find them?
I'd be happy to look through them if I could find some more information on this friend's family member.
He says, very well. If you just take a seat in the room over here, we'll bring in the records that you requested.
Okay. Say, look around. I don't suppose there's a coffee vending machine around anywhere by chance?
Yeah, right down the hall. You can grab yourself a cup.
Great.
10 cents.
Would you care for one yourself?
Nice.
Says, yeah, sure, I could use one.
All right. Gives her a nod and heads on down. Tries to pick up 2 coffees.
All right, so you take out 2 coffees, 2 dimes go in. You get 2 coffee cups that dispense down, little paper cups, and fills up with coffee, and then you pull that out, put another dime, repeat the same process.
Quality living.
The coffee, you smell it, taste it, it smells burnt, it tastes burnt, but it's still coffee.
Got caffeine?
Mm-hmm. You take that back to the front desk lady, and she thanks you for it. She shows you to the room. It's a very sparse room. All it is just like a 10 by 10 room with a chair and a long table in it.
Okay. As long as it's got a table and chair, I'm fine with that.
And you're looking for records of a Hawkins, they say to you?
Yes, Lieutenant Hawkins, I guess, would have served prior to May of 1957.
It's okay. We'll try to pull that back. And she leaves, and after about an hour, she comes back, and she just has what looks like dozens of portfolios with her. And she kind of puts them down on there, and she goes, this is every Hawkins that's been through our port in 1957.
Wow.
That's surprisingly narrowed down.
But it looks like there are dozens of them, though.
Well, I mean, that's better than hundreds. I mean, that gives me a place to start. Well, thank you. I really appreciate all the effort you went through to find all these. This gentleman is, I think, maybe the father of a friend, and I think it would make her quite happy to shed some light on a man she may know very little about. So hopefully it's here. Crosses his fingers up in the air.
She says, I wish you the best of luck. And she leaves. So you find these files that are labeled Hawkins. Luckily, all of them do have pictures on them.
Oh, no shit.
Little snapshots of their head.
Well, that's pretty helpful. Well, I mean, if there's 6 out of 30, that are clearly not him because they're like Asian or black or something like that. I'll just take those out first. Right. And then see how many I can get rid of that quick.
It's like Guess Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Is your person bald? Does your person have glasses?
Do you have blue eyes?
So, yeah, I start with the process of elimination. Any of them that I can quickly just reference a picture and say for sure that that's not it, I'll trim those out of the selection.
All right, so you start by doing that, going through them. You still have a ton of these files, even after trimming out a good, quarter of them. There's still easily 50 files here.
Maybe a way to kind of narrow down, hopefully this wouldn't be the case, but are any of these remaining 50 files dishonorably discharged?
6 of them are dishonorably discharged.
Well, that's a lot better than 50, so I'm going to start with them. Do any of them look like they may fit the bill? Or could any of them be eliminated from candidacy?
Okay, so I'm going to say you spend about an hour up to this point just going through these files of your own time. Give me a... No, you know what? I don't think we even need a roll for this one. There's 6 files left. Out of the 6, it looks like just from the picture, looks like maybe 3 of them might fit the same description.
Okay. Well, how detailed are these personal files? Is it like their whole service record, or is it things that led up to...
One of the 3 that are left was dishonorably discharged by abandonment.
So he has a pattern.
Like he went AWOL and...
Real pattern.
Oh, yeah. I think we got a winner there. That's definitely the father.
Sounds familiar, Pop.
No. Well, I don't really have too much to go on, but is there anything in his file aside from, well, not that I would reference the abandonment part, but is there anything specific that, could be, something that would be relevant to maybe Millie's past, or... I don't really know anything about her mom, but I'm sure Millie and I have talked about some things of her past.
It just says that he was in port there from May through September.
And does it have history prior to starting here? Like, where had he been stationed before here?
Prior to this, he was in Korea and Vietnam.
Okay. Is there anything specific in here I could take some notes on? Maybe I could ask Heather to perhaps reference with her mother later on. Something that might kind of zero in on whether or not this could be the Hawkings we're talking about. And actually, maybe even a simpler question I should have started with. What is this particular lieutenant, or maybe whoever Hawking's first name?
Quincy.
I love that name.
Quincy. How about, is there a landline in this office?
Is there a landline? Yes. At the front desk there is. You just have to ask to use it.
Well, yeah, I think I might try that and see about checking with Heather. Maybe I could ask her over the phone if she could confirm some details, and if so, maybe I could make a copy of this file if they have the capabilities here.
Okay.
I like that you immediately went to the fact that my dad would be dishonorably discharged. Like, you were just like, well, she's a trash person,
well,
her mom's a trash person, so this guy's got to be a piece of shit. Like, if he's the one that abandoned her, he's more of a dumpster person than these two.
He might have seen it coming.
Well, I just looked at it in simple numbers. It's easier to pour through 6 than it is 44. So, yeah, I think I'm going to check in, make a call, or try to make a call and see if I can relay some of this info to Heather and maybe see if there's any possibility of some confirmation.
Do you relay some stuff to her, such as the guy's name, first off?
Yeah, I figured that'd be the easiest to start with. Did your mother ever mention his first name?
Like, I don't know anything about him, right? All I know is
you know
that...
absolutely nothing about him. You just know that he's never around.
that he went to go out and get some cigarettes and never came home.
I said, well, I mean, if you could maybe contact your mother and, maybe just ask her a few of these particular things. I mean, I could see about copying this file, maybe get you some kind of information about who the man was.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I could, I don't know. Maybe I'll call her, but I know I'll see her at the funeral.
Oh, yeah. But this is the first I'm hearing about it. When,
Whoopsie. Yeah, that's where I found this, the pendant and the pictures, because my mom dropped off a box to make a collage for Millie's funeral is on Sunday.
Oh, you know what? The profile picture in this, folder, does the gentleman have any identifying scars or marks that could be referenced by the picture she has?
No, he's just kind of a normal-looking dude. I mean, not particularly handsome, not particularly ugly, but not really scarred up any sort of way. He's got, like, medium complexion with dark brown hair but blue eyes.
Well, shit. I ain't exactly a gambling man, but I think just on a whim, if they do have copying capabilities here or something like that nature.
Yeah, the front desk lady says, just let me know what you need a copy of and I can make it for you.
Okay, well, I mean, without being 100% certain, I think this is the gentleman here. I'm sure his daughter would love to read up on some of this stuff and maybe get some kind of closure. I mean, I don't know if he's still alive or not, but...
She takes a look at it and goes, abandon her, huh?
Yeah. Oh, you mean him. That's, yeah, I thought you meant the verb.
Abandon her.
Sorry.
Abandon her.
Abandon her.
Abandon her. Abandon
Mm-hmm.
her.
Yeah, that's what his thought went to.
So she makes a copy of the front of the file with his picture on it and just records of his service in Korea and Vietnam.
Okay, that's actually kind of good to know.
So she gives you. So you have copies of all of that now.
Well, I can't thank you enough. Guess that's everything I need for now. You've been very kind.
Says, glad to be a help, and hope this helps your friend out.
Yeah, so do I. I hope this will shed a little light on her past and maybe present. Give her a nod and head on out.
All right, so you leave the naval base. So we're approaching lunchtime now for you.
I think I might head home and just make sure my place hasn't been ransacked next.
So you head home. Your home address isn't on your business card or anything, is it?
No.
All right, so you get home and
depending on how resourceful they are with phone numbers and reverse tracking and stuff like that. I mean, I know it's the 80s, so...
It's got his social security number and, like, mother's maiden name.
If found, please return to...
Yeah. So... You get home and you see that your house looks like it's been undisturbed.
Well, that's good. With everything that's been going on lately, though, I think I'm just going to sit in my car and wait a few moments and make sure I ain't being followed. I'm just getting, a little paranoid after seeing what the fuck happened to the shop today.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Not to mention that, but it's not the first time I've been followed recently.
All right. Give me a spot hidden roll.
90 motherfucking 9.
Walter, you've noticed that there is a black car that seems to be kind of circling the block.
Is 99 good?
That's crit fail.
Okay.
Interesting.
You still noticed it?
Yep.
They were after you. It's definitely the same car I just saw. They're coming to get you.
Yeah, you're pretty sure it's the same car that you've seen driving around there.
They're gonna take all your books.
In that case, I guess I'm gonna have to not get out of my car and maybe I'll keep on driving.
Okay. You have parked up though?
I mean, I pulled over momentarily and didn't get out of the car.
Okay, so you pull out from your parking spot then?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You pull out from your parking spot. You start to drive away, and you see that black car come up behind you and pull into the parking spot that you were in.
Where's them damn chairs when you need them? And he wipes the probably freshly formed bead of sweat from his temple.
Yep.
Working too hard, Walter.
You notice that there were no other parking spots on the block.
Yep. So I guess I'm going to be walking a little bit further to get back to my house.
Okay. So you walk back to your house?
There's a spot that's about 3 chairs long.
Or you park up somewhere else. You park up somewhere else and then walk back to your house, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Anything you want to accomplish while you're at home?
Nothing I can think of right now. I mean, I'll probably do some more reading and, not plotting necessarily, but, marking down any references that are highlighted kind of thing in his secondary kind of notebook.
Okay. And that's kind of what you use your time up doing for the rest of the afternoon there?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Maybe check back with Heather, too, and let her know that I made a copy of all those files.
Okay.
So I'll give her a call.
Hello?
Hey, Heather. Just wanted to get back to you. If you're interested at some point later, I did make a copy of that file. Hopefully it'll maybe shed some light on past events.
Oh, are you home now?
I am.
Okay, I'll be there. I'll call a cab now.
The bookstore. I mean, I could pick you up if you want.
Okay, even better.
And he heads on out.
All right, so you gotta go to get picked up there, Heather. Do you want to just hang out at Heather's house, or do you want to go back to your place?
Yeah, that probably makes more sense. If she's got, a table or a couch or something, we can hang out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You got a nice little coffee table in your living room
See
there.
all the pictures of Millie, the old pictures.
Yeah, you see the old pictures of Millie laying around. She has her memory board finished, standing up on an easel.
Walter would definitely take a few moments to, get closer and inspect it, and it's kind of not that he knew her then, but I mean just to kind of get a little insight into who Millie was before he knew her, kind of thing.
Walter, as you're looking at these older pictures, she looks like someone that you totally would have been into in your 20s.
Yeah, I think so, given our common interests, and I mean, she's even in older age, she was probably better looking than Walter, so
yeah.
Similar interests, and
right,
down to earth, can't go wrong.
Yeah. So you're just kind of looking through these, and Walter, you're getting a little wistful too, even though you didn't know her back then. You're just seeing that what you knew of her, and then you see this other part of her fuller life, and kind of get choked up a little bit probably through it, but your attention gets drawn back to the folder that you have with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is what I found. Nice work on the memory board there, though.
Oh, thank you.
Looks like a lot of nice moments.
Yeah, it was nice to look through them, but
yeah, he clears his throat and opens up the. Hopefully, he has them in a folder just to keep them a little.
Yeah.
To keep them together better.
Yeah.
Maybe a little paper clip he slides off the top and says, "Where's that other picture you had? Let's put them side by side."
You put them side by side, and you can tell that it's definitely the same dude.
Oh my God, this is him. It's my dad.
His name was Quincy. How about that?
Oh, it's such a good name. Heather Hawkins. Heather Hawkins. I don't know. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, Heather Hawkins. He says it out loud too. It's got a nice ring to it.
So, you guys have basically confirmed that you found, all but 100% confirmed that you found, who your dad is.
Well, we still have no proof that it's her dad, really.
No.
I mean, we
No,
just heard that he was hanging around with Millie.
I have 100% imagined.
Do they look similar?
Though.
Do they have, same color eyes? Or, same mustache?
They have the same eyes, definitely.
Like a Siberian husky.
I mean, not that I see it. But she seems quite convinced, but... I thought she was just running with it. I don't know if I don't know.
Oh, Heather's totally convinced.
Sounds like you're getting carried away.
Heather, you can see yourself in the pictures of this guy.
He kind of, you see Walter kind of holds the picture up to you.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it does kind of look like, yeah.
How about that?
Well, you got your full name. That's good.
You're part military brat. Kind of jokingly says.
Baby.
So we're going to leave you guys there for a second. That's past noon. Are you doing anything special with your afternoon there, Lenny? Or are you just keeping your head down and working still?
Just keep my head down, going back to how everything used to be. Nice and quiet.
I got
no
you.
monsters.
No flying special effects.
And Walter and Heather, what do you guys do for the rest of the afternoon?
Well, Walter, I mean, if you don't have work, do you want to go, like, research? There's, like, phone numbers and, like, is there phone numbers and addresses or just?
That's a good point. Are there any, like, surviving relatives listed on here? Do you have any, like, next of kin listed or, I don't know.
Yeah, like, do they update
guess
them
his
after they,
parents.
like, about them?
Oh, actually, wait a minute. Wait. We should probably back it up. How old would Quincy be at this point if he is still alive?
If Quincy were still alive, it looks like he would be 55.
This is, well, I mean, he might still be alive. I mean, you may have grandparents that, could maybe shed a little more light on the subject if we can't maybe find him. I assume, well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, are there any phone numbers in there?
It says that his hometown is a small town that you've never heard of in Alaska.
Snakehole, Alaska.
Are there any, like, next of kin or, like, his parents?
His parents' names are listed on there.
Isn't there a way to, like, look up the records and see their names, like, in Alaska? Or is that where he currently lives?
That's not where he currently lives. That's just where he's from.
Okay.
Census?
Yeah, is there a way to look up records to see, like,
Sure.
where they are from?
Sure,
Or
you'd
the-
have to probably go through some sort of lengthy process to get them, I would imagine.
Maybe if we checked, like, City Hall in Alaska or something.
You'd probably have to get, like, your city hall to contact their city hall.
Road trip.
What information does it list for the parents?
List an address, and that's it.
What state? Also Alaska?
In Alaska, yes.
Shit. That could be tricky. I don't know that we'd find phone books for other states here in PA. Certainly not Alaska. That's quite the hike.
Yeah. All right, so you could call up information.
I think I want to just call my mom. My mother.
You're calling your
I
mom.
don't know.
It's been a long time since you called her. I hope that your same number works. But you do call it up, and you just hear on the other end, "Yeah, hello."
Hey, it's Heather.
Oh, hey, Heather. What's up?
I'm just going through the old pictures, and I found a picture of you and Millie and a guy, and I don't know. Do you know anything about my father? Do you have any information about
Is
him?
it supposed to be some kind of joke or something? Oh, that's right. The pictures. So, some of those pictures are from my personal stash of pictures that, from my partying days, I guess.
You mean like yesterday?
Well, she's drunk right now on the phone.
They were funner days back then, but
Yeah, I know. Before me, I get it. Is that Dad in the picture?
she goes, "There's the one picture that I have of him, and I think that might have made it into the box that I gave you."
Did he have a weird necklace that he wore?
She goes, "Yes, and I put that in the box too. He wanted you to give it to you, but I just couldn't stand the thought of it. The man abandoned me."
Damn.
Double abandon her.
Well, I'll let you go in a minute. I just wanted to know if you know any more information about him, like where he lives, a phone number. I mean, he may have abandoned you, but maybe he likes me.
Damn. That ice cold frigidness fucking runs in the family.
She's being so mean.
I didn't say it wasn't unwarranted. I'm just saying I know where you get it now.
She says to you, Heather, if I knew where he was, don't you think I'd be collecting child support?
Ugh, of course, I knew that's what she'd say. All right, thanks for all your help.
Bye, Heather. Click.
Damn. Damn. This bitch lives on an iceberg. You know, some people have water beds. She just sleeps on a block of ice.
Real.
All right, anything else you want to accomplish that day, Heather?
That's your mother. You only get one.
Thank God.
Unless you got a millie.
Yeah.
You know, this is just kind of a random thought, but you ever been to Smoky Joe's? Was that the name of the place?
Yep.
I don't know exactly what I expect to find there, but whoever trashed the bookstore might have left a matchbook from that place. He kind of shrugs.
I've heard of it. Are you going there?
Well, the thought had crossed my mind. You doing anything for the rest of the day? You want to grab a drink or two?
They have a bar. I'll go. You help me, I'll help you. I don't know how much of an investigator I am like you, but, you know.
Well, again, I really don't know what to expect, and even if I do find anything, I'm not really just going to walk up and accuse somebody of trashing the bookstore without actual evidence. I'll hopefully leave that to the police, but, you know, I'm kind of peeved enough just to check the place out on a whim anyway.
I'm kind of fired up now, too. Let's go fight some people.
So you guys go head on over to Smoky Joe's. We'll say you can get down there around 4 o'clock, something like that. But before we get there, Lenny, your day's kind of wrapping up.
Yeah.
As your things are wrapping up, you know, you do your thing, you punch out. Skinny Joe's car is there again in its normal parking spot.
I'm gonna walk past it and just like glance inside again. See if anything sticks out.
As you go to walk past it, give me a spot hidden roll.
All right, yeah. I lost my dice. Sorry.
Just a regular pass will do it.
That is a 48 out of rats of 46. I'll spend the 2 luck.
Okay. As you start to walk over there, you see someone walking away from his car, and it looks like they're looking both ways, like around themselves.
All right. It's still early enough. There's probably a lot of cars in the parking lot, right? I kind of just keep an eye on them. You know, try not to look too obvious or stand out too much. Not following exactly, but trying to see who it is or where they're headed. Are they wearing 3 jackets?
The person walking away from the car?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
They're just wearing one jacket, one like trench coat. They're just kind of bundling up in it. They're looking around, looking almost slightly suspicious.
Which way are they walking?
They're walking towards the parking lot exit.
All right. I'm gonna walk after him. He's coming from the car, or he's just walking near it?
He was just walking near it.
Oh. All right.
That's what you saw.
Are
you still going to follow him?
No, I'll just watch him leave, I guess. I walk past the car. Is it warm? Is the hood warm?
The hood of the car is not warm.
Okay. It's all closed up and all?
It's all closed up.
All right. Yeah, I'll just keep an eye on the guy, I guess. Maybe wander closer to the exit as he is leaving my range of sight. Just kind of curious as to what he was doing. Wandering around a parking lot.
Playing bombs on your boss's
Good
car.
radios.
It's the mob, baby.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't even realize that was a threat. Maybe I should follow this guy.
No, I'm just being silly. But you never know.
It's like your favorite thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your favorite thing to do is follow people. Come on.
Yeah. I just follow him a little bit.
Kind of your
But
thing.
like, I gotta get back in there and clock out and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So I walk out to the exit and I watch. Is there like a guard at the entrance to the lot or anything, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a guard shack there.
He just walks right past the guard.
He walks past the guard, and you see him hand something to the guard.
I can't tell what it is.
Not from the distance you are.
Possibly a paper bag or an envelope full of money.
See him hand something. You're not sure what it is.
Okay. Just watch him leave,
Okay.
I guess. See which way he walks.
He leaves. It looks like he turns left out of the parking lot. And then he kind of disappears behind some bushes, and you don't see him anymore.
Okay. I go back about my business, clock out and all that stuff. But when I leave, I'm gonna stop and drive past some bushes real slow, see what I can see.
As you start to leave, you start to exit the parking lot, and you suddenly hear an explosion behind you.
Nailed it. He was right about that
Oh
one.
my god, you guessed
Glad
that.
you didn't go inspecting that thing further.
I look behind me. What do
You look behind you, and you see the spot where Skinny Joey's car was once. It's now just a ball of flame and smoke.
You were right there, man.
I see. Yeah, only seconds ago. Well, it seems more like a message. But I think I'm gonna have to say something about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like a good thing to say something about.
So I drive past those bushes and peek over there. Do I see anything happening?
No, you don't see anything there. Looks like the fella might be long gone by now.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to end our session there,
That's
guys.
rude.
Oh man.
And on that note, everyone just remember that sanity is overrated.
I don't know.
Just remind me next time we get together, we're going to do luck at the end of next session. I promise.
You always say that. You always say we're gonna get luck.
Abandon her.
Abandon her.
Oh man, it sounds like a good band name, Luck Abandoner. If you're like, I don't know, 14 years old, and you and your friends are starting up your first band.
We're Luck Abandoner, and we're here to kick some ass.
Oh man, I remember my first band.
Was it Navy Gravy Babies?
The Navy Gravy Babies. Hey, this is George. Just a quick reminder to like, follow, and review us if you like what you're hearing. And if you want to support us and make our show better, head on over to our Patreon. You can always email us at contact@thatcthulhujohn.com with any comments. And you can follow us on Instagram @thatcthulhujohn.